What's going on YouTube? JT is Reborn here, and welcome back to another edition to my DC comic book reviews. And in this video, we're talking about Green Arrow issue number 22. This one's written by Chris Condon with artwork by Montos, and this is Toxic Revenge, as it says in the title right here. So this is continuing off the storyline with the whole FreshwaterKiller angle. And at the end of the last issue, we had this really crazy but yet awesome reveal of that the whole town is basically the FreshwaterKiller. These are people who were kind of tricked by this corporation to kind of live in these more affordable housings, but they were actually on top of a toxic waste dump, which caused them, cancer and all sorts of other illnesses and ailments. And they got a little bit of money basically to pay off their hospital bills, and that's it. They're living terrible lives, and the rich get richer, the poor get poorer, themes like that. And the bad guys basically kind of get away with it, and so they've kind of had enough, and so they're going to bring the law basically into their own hands as a means of revenge. And Oliver Queen was tied into that because he was at one point connection to Court and Chemical Company, and he wasn't really as knowledgeable of what was going on, but he still played a part in it. And now this is Ollie doing the investigating, and we have the detective who's been kind of working with them. She goes to the area with her dog, and that's where they uncover the freshwater killers. It's just the whole town basically too. So what I like too, we really get to see things from the people who live there's perspective. You fully understand their motivations and why they're angry and what happened to this whole thing. They thought they had, wow, look at this, we can find an affordable place to live, but instead of that, they just kind of got footed with basically hospital bills, sickness, illness, and all that other stuff. So they're basically really angry, and they're going to kind of stand up and do something about it. So like I said, it's an interesting story. What it makes me think of in a weird way? It makes me think of Poltergeist, where they moved to this place, but instead of moving the bodies, they just kind of kept them there and they were attacked by ghosts. But think of that, but with toxic waste and all that, and no ghosts in this thing. But it's a strange comparison, but I don't know, it just kind of came to mind. And yeah, so you understand their point of view. You kind of sympathize with them for a little bit, to an extent, because of what happened to them. But they're going to links of murder and all that too. Is that really justifiable? And that's the questions the book kind of has to ask too. So Oliver's there. He goes to kind of investigate, finds where the detective's at, and she's just swarmed by a whole group of these people. And she even goes with her dog. And at first you're kind of a little bit on these people's sides. You kind of understand yeah, you want a little bit of revenge for them too. But then they beat the hell out of her dog, and it's fuck these people now. I hope you rot in hell and all that stuff too. At least that's kind of a funny way to look at it. But yeah, I mean, this is some really good, strong stuff right here. This is street level stuff. There's no crazy cosmic threats or anything like that. This is grounded, straightforward. Oliver Queen fighting for the little person. That's the stuff I like to see with Green Arrow here. And the artwork by Montos, I think is actually getting better as the series goes on. Ollie's there. He shows compassion to the dog that was beat up pretty badly, but still kind of walking away. Tries to figure out where the detective's at. Even at one point, one of the characters is did you really have to go do that to the dog? It was oh, it's him or me. So yeah, they're basically at the end of the issue. Oliver kind of finds out, okay, so they're at the school right here. And I was really ticked off by the ending because I wanted to keep reading it. So now I have to wait till next month to get to the next issue. But I think this work is excellent. I think the artwork's the strongest so far since Chris Condon took over the title. And man, it's really good to get a really solid Green Arrow storyline going on here. Just the stuff, you understand the motivations of the people in Freshwater. You get why they're angry. You get why they would want revenge, because they've been basically screwed over really badly, and it's affected them. It's affected their kids. It's just everyone got hurt very badly as a result of this thing, and Oliver's going to have to find a means to bring the bad guys to justice, but also try to find a way to kind of help these people. But also they've done some bad things, so there's going to be some repercussions for a lot of their actions too. So, and he's going to be caught in an interesting place too, and I'm excited to see where the storyline goes from here, because yeah, he hates the corrupt CEOs and everything as much as everybody, but he's not going to justify murder and stuff like that though. But again, he understands what's going on with these people too, and he feels really angry about how he wasn't there, and a lot of these people get neglected, and the only way they can be seen is taking on these masked personas. And damn, is this good. I'm loving the hell out of Green Arrow right now. I think it's the best it's been since Ben Percy was writing it, and that was quite a bit ago at this point now, because I loved Green Arrow Rebirth, and then like he got off the title and then they kind of just slowly pushed it away. I think leading up to like Just League No Justice or whatever, it just kind of was like, we're kind of done with it. And I was like, dang it. And then Williamson got a new series started, and this is much better than what he was doing with the whole like, but it was cool to see the Arrow fan, but this is to me like what I want to see with Green Arrow. I don't need it to go all crazy cosmic. I like the grounded street level stuff with him, more so doing things on his own. Like, I'm not really missing much of the Arrow family in this storyline. I like it that it's just Ollie, and you know, Black Canary will make a little cameo here and there or something like that, but I like that it's just him fighting street level stuff, and you get to understand the perspective of the villains and all that, and if you want to call them villains from your point of view or however you perceive the storyline. So it's just some really solid stuff, and I'm loving what they're doing, liking the art style too. And I'm mad because I want to read like the next part of the issue, because he's finally going to confront these people and all that too. So really good stuff. Green Arrow's excellent. Go give it a read. And got one more DC comic book review after this. That's Justice League Unlimited. I figured we close out with that one. But Green Arrow, honestly, like in terms of the books I've read this week, in terms of the DC stuff, yeah, we had Batman Hush 2, and it's the first part of that. And again, this has an advantage that's been going on for a little bit while with this storyline. But this is probably the one I'm liking the most at the moment of the books I've covered, at least this week. So really solid stuff. Give it a read. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.